All right, welcome back to the Global Speedrun 70-Star League. Of course, Super Mario 64. I am Shantastic, once again joined by Electric for a third race and the final one for today. How are you, Electric?
I'm feeling good. It might be your third race, but it's my fifth, and I honestly I wouldn't want to be following up the last race. But this should still be a pretty great one. As we can see in the standings, Benji in 6th place, Heisen unfortunately down in 11th, but with a win, Heisen could propel himself over Rock Chalk. So that could be a really nice turn of events. But Benji has been playing super well, and this race could propel him over Vyro potentially with a decent amount. So it'll just come down to how these guys are feeling today. Benji, he's had his on days, he's had his off days, but overall been playing really consistently. Heisen has had a little bit of trouble getting some traction going, but we've been seeing some really nice performances from him. So it really just who happens to be having the best.
Yeah, 100%. And it's an interesting situation because Benji can, either of these players could wind up replacing the other, or rather, at least one of them padding their lead, the other one replacing the other. But they're only 28 points apart. So it could be very, very, very close. If we get another outcome like that last race, where Cheese got the maximum in commiseration points, finishing only 8 seconds behind his opponent. And with the point setup that we have, if you finish under 10 seconds behind your opponent, you will get 30 points. So a lot of really cool dynamics to enter into. I forgot who was ahead in the standings.
Benji, I believe, is in 6th place. He might be a little bit lower, but I think he's in 6th.
And then Heisen right behind him in 7th?
He's down in 11th, actually.
Oh, he's down in 11th. Okay. I misread I think I was looking at Vyro.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah. Benji and Vyro played last week, I believe.
All right, let's see these Lakitu skips. Benji getting a little bit of an awkward setup, but making it work. Heisenburger with that textbook kick setup, getting that dead-on alignment with the bridge side. And I don't know if this is the case for these top-level runners, but I know for me personally, for whatever reason, I seem to have a higher success rate with Lakitu skip if I mess up the setup and have to, do kind of a manual setup while, running forward.
Both these runners are going for bomb flip.
And a nice clip from Benji to start. Heisen blowing up in his face. Oh man, he's been noted as having some difficulties with bomb clip, saying outright that it's a hard trick, and he's right.
He's not wrong. He is totally not wrong.
I feel like so many people get discouraged from running this game because they try to learn bomb clip first. I mean, that was my situation. When I first started watching speedruns regularly, I was like, I want to try this, so I got the Japanese copy of the ROM, tried to learn bomb clip, and then just...
Okay. If you are trying to get into Super Mario 64 speedruns, awesome, great for you. I love you. Welcome to the community. Go to that chain chomp, jump on that pole, and ground pound it 3 times. I guarantee you're only losing 8 seconds. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many other stars that you could dedicate your first time to that teach you a lot more about movement. I feel like HMC is a decent starter stage just because of a lot of the stars in it, especially with more beginner strats, aren't very difficult. You're not going to completely ruin an attempt by making a small mistake. Dark World is good for improving your movement, but it can feel very, very daunting to actually get a foothold in the stage. I think I had to practice the switch press for an hour before I finally actually got it.
Yeah,
and so
I'm on the camp of practice Dark World Reds from day one, but only institute it into your runs. And whoa, Cheese coming in with the host.
197,000 viewers. That is incredible. Just ridiculous Twitch numbers. Thank you so much for sending them our way.
She's an awesome up-and-coming runner here in the community.
Heisen going on for the standard full cycle movement here.
Yeah, standard full cycle here. But yeah, for sure. I would say just keep practicing Dark World Reds. I think in 16 star, my first sub 20 was without reds. I was trying to do reds and runs, but My first sub 20 came without reds. My first sub 19 came without reds. Every time I took out reds, I was just PBing left and right. Just because it's great for practice, but it's one of those stars you just don't want to be stuck on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the other biggest thing. Before you even try doing runs, just practice, practice, practice. If you're not confident in stars from your practice, then your runs are just going to suffer from it, and you can easily get demotivated. Benji not getting a kick and instead a dive into a bonk. That's probably going to cost him not only the original full cycle, but an attempt at a good half. So he's just going to have to wait all the way around. While Heisen already done with his full cycle 100.
Yeah, Heisen finishing up here, and Benji right behind him. And Benji doing a little pro cycle here. I'm sure you caught that. I was distracted by a bumblebee.
Insects being inside your home are the worst. Like, I get that it's impossible to seal every very tiny nook and cranny, but like, this is human space, not insect space. Stop it. Get some help.
And D-Whatever actually had a run on pace that was like, there was a wasp in his room apparently, and he didn't wind up losing the run to the wasp, but it was an interesting episode to watch.
I think I halfway remember that actually. Like, I could never imagine being on great pace and then a wasp just starts buzzing around me. I've seen a clip recently too of a Smash tournament where someone got stung by a bee in the middle of a match. It's unfortunate that IRL RNG, whether the insect seeding makes it decide to sting you or not.
True.
Benji heading on up for Big King Womp, while Heisen moving his way to the top of the fortress.
Ooh, sliding off the Womp a little bit there. And we've got Heisen headed here into Princess Peach's slide. Looks like he's ahead, not actually. He just he does Womps 8, decides to give up the 3 second in favor of a familiar route. Not a huge deal. Single second saves. They only really like make a huge difference once you start getting into the 48, 47 range. Until then, just kind of run what's comfortable to you, because honestly, like, the more important part is just getting as consistent as possible. I'd say probably until you're solidly like competing for a 48, you're probably mostly relying on quality of movement for most of your time save.
Oh, definitely. That's certainly true. And yo, shout out Safine for Life for the subscription. And a very interesting message coming in the back room. BRB bio, if stream crashed, punch your monitors and throw your Nintendos. Okay, I've got my N64 in my hand right now, ready to just chunk across the room.
As do I. Electric, you go first.
Okay, Benji.
Clean.
Slightly ahead after Womps.
Oh, that's a nice turn there. Very nice.
Very nice reds.
Points 3-8, 3-8. Heisen playing a little safer. Oh, gets a fist swipe on those last ones though.
That nice backup from Benji. He missed the first attempt on tech skip, just had a weird angle and side flipped right back into another attempt. That was really, really fast.
Skillful maneuver from Benji.
We're now heading into Dark World. Benji with speed. Let's see if he can do it. With that nice punch to go ahead and fall right into the revolving doors. And Heisenburger as well. Oh, but getting a ground pound instead of a long jump at the start. You honestly get so into the habit of like trying to hit A right after Z that I feel like what happens with those is just you hit it too fast and the game just registers it on the same frame. Almost like you were trying to hit them a frame apart at 60 FPS instead of 30.
Yeah.
Benji having to waste a little bit of time on that middle island, so the cheese block is in a good position for him to get off of. Heisen with the pop shake movement here.
Speaking of blocking cheese, congratulations to Para on that win.
That was insane. You know what I just realized too? Funny enough.
Okay.
I think Para could have gotten an extra point if he was on the English version. I highly doubt it'll matter for playoff standings or anything, but we always say like it doesn't really matter what version you're playing on, but in that case it kind of would have.
Kind of might have. I guess it depends on whether it's a second flat or if it's closer to 2 seconds. Who knows? Someone does, and Heisen meanwhile casually missing a throw there. Not a huge deal. Doesn't go flying off the edge.
Yeah, still fairly close to Benji. And the difference, if I remember right, is actually 3 seconds. I think that number is still a bit contested, but from the Drogi and Taviskoth SM64 quiz, they claimed it was 3 seconds.
Oh.
So it's not a bad time save, ultimately.
Shoutouts to Fiend for life for the sub. Thank you, thank you. I certainly don't approve of your recent behavior, but I don't think you will be a Fiend forever. I think there is good in you, and it starts with subbing to the Speedrun channel, so thank you.
Yeah, the quickest road to redemption. What's that term?
By giving me money.
It's like at the tip of my tongue. It's like in like the medieval times or something. Like you could pay the Catholic Church to absolve your sins. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what a sub to the Speedrun channel is, a modern day indulgence.
Who has 2 self-important thumbs and went to Catholic school? This guy. Heisenburg headed here into CCM to join his opponent.
Let's see these wall kicks. Benji notably using that mash A strat, and still faster than the beginner setups. I will never stop being an advocate for this setup for wall kicks until everyone just forgets the beginner setup ever existed.
And a nice little dive from Heisen, who will be going for CCM 18.
Oh, Heisen barely not getting his moon walk to reach the door. Unfortunate.
Benji picking up the baby Pengu. And interesting star order from Heisen. TB8. If we see a CCM 100 coin before wall kicks will work, I might have to add Heisen to the do whatever school of aliens.
So we're going to be seeing a dual CCM 18. I think that's the first race we've seen that today. I could be wrong, but I think every other race we've had at least one player go for 2. So let's go ahead and see. Heisenburger saving wall kicks will work for last. Maybe he's doing CCM 17 just without wall kicks. That'd be a route right there.
Yeah. A stylish way to wantonly lose time. And Heisen not picking up the safety coin.
Or the warp, having to wait around for it. The warp is in a surprisingly small position. Like, I remember before I started trying to run this game, I thought, like, you just go to the end of the bridge and you warp. But it's, like, one spot in the middle at the end of the bridge. And, like, if you go too far, like, to where the bridge breaks, it won't even warp you. Like, it's a very tiny spot, like what you would think it should be. Heisen getting all the coins in that shortcut line. He's in great Penguin, pretty well being left behind him. And while Benji picking up all the coins in the arch looked like, all the coins in the line. Heisen finishing off with that clean 85 into 100.
And
meanwhile,
Heisen,
Benji also
nice and clean.
has that ability in this.
Yeah, Benji with the safety coins. But a little fake lead from Heisen, still has to do wall kicks will work.
Fortunately, it's a fast star. If you do it optimally, it's under 10 seconds. But of course, that's not counting like all the associated like star get animation afterward, the like short cutscene that plays when you grab it, all that other junk.
Very true. But Heisen did save a fair amount of time there in that CCM100, of course not going for that safety coin. And not getting punished for it.
And a very, very nice wall kicks will work to follow the rest of his stage. Saving the best for last, ultimate.
Yeah, not my favorite setup. I personally prefer the beginner setup.
Now, Benji missed the boo with the dive. Heisen could save a little bit of time. That dive kill on the boo from that bottom step is so satisfying. And Heisen just going to go for the ground pound in the first place. Benji packs it under the star, but a very quick ground pound puts it into his pocket. As Heisen goes the same. Kind of interesting. Not very often you see players go for boost second. Happens somewhat commonly, but boo first seems to be the meta right now.
And we're going to be seeing Heisen go back in here. Benji taking on
nice
big
jump
boo.
dive from Ben.
And both of these players doing Secret of the Bookcase before taking on Big Benny. Very interesting star order. I'm starting to see the spread more 50-50. Usually, like, I'm really used to seeing people do Big Boo first. But interesting to see more and more people do Bookcase first. Really no advantage one way or the other.
I feel like there's definitely something to be said for letting yourself kind of get acclimated to the stage a bit and, like, you know, kind of think through, like, what your next action should be. Oh, Heisen with another pound, just hitting Z and A a little. Benji with a nice dive.
And Benji getting Mip Star there, and Heisen missing punch grab.
Oh man, he gets him on
very clean.
A nice backup though. Very nice.
I don't like it's a very nice backup, but I think it unnecessarily loses time. Benji with the casual Tama, is he gonna make it? Oh, and
it's
right
good.
on the corner. Yeah, so Heisen gets a very clean backup there, but I'm pretty sure he's losing time to just picking up Mips coming out of LLL, and that's a very easy backup to make.
I don't know about very easy. If he's not super practiced in it, it can be hard. Heisen getting blown up by the bomb after Benji's... I mean, either way, it doesn't lose time to grab him after LLL as opposed to trying to grab him like Heisen just did. But at least the grab was fast. He wasn't running all over the basement trying to get to it.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess if he's not confident with that grab, I guess like to a 16 runner, it's a lot more confident picking up Mips in that range of the area because you're used to just being ahead and just diving or just waiting for the punch. But if Heisen's not used to that, then totally fair.
So Benji clearing out SSL. Heisen still has to get up. That looked like was a medium bomb. Might have been a small.
But it was moving so slow, like that
must have been
medium,
slow or small.
That looked medium, but it moved like a micro bomb.
And sometimes it can be a little bit hard to tell the bomb types apart. Hopefully he's able to get a nice big bomb this time around. And, that one looked medium. Just doesn't want to mess with that backup.
It's getting better though.
Finally gets the big one. Standard plus setup, no Tama today.
Meanwhile, Benji headed here into the volcano right off the bat for a second star.
Which, since Benji got that camera angle that let you see the inside of the volcano, a little fun fact, the lava inside the volcano is actually just retextured water.
Such is not the case in real life. Do not try to drink lava.
Is there any form of magma or lava that's actually fluid enough that you could theoretically attempt to drink it? Like, I've always thought of it as very thick molasses that happens to be extreme.
Yeah, I guess you would still have to, like, presuming that you had an environment that would keep it molten, like you had a hyperheated body and hyperheated gullet, and none of that was dangerous to you, and you could pick up the lava, keep it molten, and I don't know, because you do drink like super viscous milkshakes. That counts as drinking. But then other like extremely thick, like molasses-like material, plasma, or whatever, like you might consider that eating. So I guess it's a little more philosophical about like.
Yeah, like I just don't feel like any form of lava would like slide down the throat like a liquid should. Like it just like it would be stuck in your mouth, be too thick to swallow.
You could say the same for a lot of kinds of diner milkshakes, though.
Very true. That like I guess I kind of understand the appeal of those types of shakes, especially if they serve them with a spoon. But like, I want to drink my milkshake. I don't want to have to wait like 30 minutes for it to heat up a little bit so that it becomes like I'm just not a fan of people that will serve you a milkshake in a closed cup with a straw, no spoon at all, and like you try to take any sort of pull on it, and it's like they put a straw into concrete. Like, what are you trying to? Are you trying to make me forget about the milkshake so that like I have to go buy another one? Like it's just water.
Why would you give me that milkshake and not give me a spoon? You know why? Because then you'd have to call it ice cream, and then you'd have to charge less.
That is very true. Ignoring the race and breaking into the bottom of consumerism now.
Comedy. A couple dozen years
Benji
late,
getting
for
bullied. It's a race about nothing.
Benji.
Nice lava boost from Heisenburger, getting back to what's right. And ends up having to take that second pole grab, just moved a little bit too far to the left.
Oh, Benji's out of LLL.
You see, this was the stage where we really should have been like going a little bit more away from the game, but oh well. We wasted our non-game related talk pass on LLL, so now we have to talk about every single thing in DDD.
Mario Seinfeld, an episode where like Mario is trying to kill the big bully, and the bully pushes him forward, but he falls to the left. And then there's a big theory where it's like there had to have been a second bully.
Heisen falling off doesn't manage to even get a raw attempt off that. And this is, yeah, he's just gonna have to grab a couple of coins.
Yeah, I mean, but
getting smashed.
He's just gonna have to long climb here.
What? Yeah, because I think that, okay, he's not gonna go for it. I believe that you can reach the platform that the star is on from where the hot foot is. I don't know if that would have been faster than like collecting coins and going back towards this elevator, but he's got the star in his hands now, moving into DDD to join Benji on the chest hunting event.
Heisen tried to pick up a quick elevator star, and the volcano was just like, no soup for you. And we're going to be Benji getting here into the back sub. And Heisen going to be joining his opponent mercifully in Dire Docks.
Very nice rear sub from Ben. Expecting about the same from Heisen. I don't see him pulling out any ridiculous front sub shenanigans. Let's see how the Manta decides to treat Benji. But
it's funny. I was about to say when next time. Oh, there we go. Heisenburger opening up that final chest. Just quickly mentioning things happening in the game. Open up some chests of your own with the free chest drops in Golf Clash. Download it through the Onyx.tv app and play toward a free subscription.
I mean, your screen may be filled with a lot of blue from this stage right now, but you can also make yourself a lot of that Onyx while we're dealing with this stage. You know, seen DDD one too many times, just play a quick little round of Golf Clash while you're waiting for them to get to the fire.
True. Can only be played on a phone or tablet. Make sure you have one handy.
With that, okay, I think he might still be able to get Lava Boost. I'm not quite sure, but I think with how quickly he was able to back that up and get back under the elevator, he might still be fine. I think he's gonna go for it.
Oh, yeah, going for it. Oh, I think he's gonna miss it. He gets it.
It's good. He clipped the edge.
That was less close than I thought it would be.
Then the backup he did getting under the elevator was very impressive on it.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Now, kind of a weird ending due to the ledge grab. Gonna have to just take the burn and grab the coin afterwards, but oh, barely avoiding a second burn. I don't know if that would have. I don't think it would have benefited him. I think this is still fast. And with that, Benji is in the Bowser fight. Heisen, a full fire seat behind. He can save a little bit of time, especially with a better ending. Let's see how it goes.
Sorry, I'm Benji missing
first seat. Oh man. Okay, at least Benji didn't throw Bowser over the edge. But Heisen is almost certainly missing early Ellie's. And I think he's going to be going for the more retro box movement here. More comfortable to set up, I guess, with the angle he had to grab the pole at.
Yeah, everything's super clean here. It might still be able to make early cycles.
I think with all the time loss he had to take at the beginning, like that's the early cycle that just fell right there. So once,
yeah, I was like, wow, this is a very early cycle.
At least I'll have a shot at the good ending. Very nice. The platform is a little bit too low for the strat to work quite as intended, but still very fast.
Double box breaker from benji64.
The double.
Holy
beautiful
RNG.
That's the ideal situation to do a double box or a double. If you don't get good RNG, then the double isn't even really worth it. Aside from how cool it
barely gets that last blue coin. That was awful RNG from the Skeeter, and he decided to kick the Skeeter, which is I'm pretty sure it's less efficient because you can, if you jump on the Skeeter, you can do a little kick, immediately get back into running. It's usually slower, but they're jumping on the Skeeters faster with that kick. I think.
I think you're right as well.
But really rough RNG to have to deal with. Deals with it though.
Let's see. Nice dive there. That dive is a little bit difficult to time, especially like the jump preceding it to be able to land on pop a wall or something similar. A really nice 100 coin as Heisenburger is making his own way up to the upstairs. One full wet dry world 100 behind.
Indubitably, Heisenberg heading up here into wet dry world. And what I want to see is, oh, that was a high entry. I think he's going to do top of the town first. Oh, no, he's fine. Clearly he's practiced here. Going to be going into that express elevator to start. Going for triple jump wall kick.
Oh, no. Falling right down. And Heisen as well.
I was actually looking at Heisen.
Yeah, but I haven't seen synchronized mistakes like that in a very long time. No matter, Heisen is now walking on up as Benji goes ahead and grabs his shocking.
And Benji going to be going for that second double jump kick. Gets it.
Very clean.
Does the side flip setup. Playing it a little safe. And Heisenburger with another double box breaker.
Not quite like the double-double, but...
Yeah, but these runners combining for a triple-double.
Ooh.
Or as
that sounds like a good
call
burger.
it, a Haifak
And Heisen, because of that flame, nearly missing the blue, but was able to navigate his way around very... And Benji going for this triple again. And it's good this time. Barely had enough height. I didn't think I was actually going to quite make it. I didn't get... Showing off the metal cap version of Mario, even though we'll never see it in this game. I always thought that was funny, how like that's how they made the happen. It's just Mario flashes between metal and non.
Very interesting. Wait, that's how they made what?
When you get zapped by an amp, like a lot of the time, like I think sometimes it doesn't happen for some reason, but a lot of the time you'll see Mario like kind of flashes like as if he's being electrocuted, and it's just like he quickly shifts between the metal Mario model and the standard. There's actually a lot of like creative reuse of assets and things in this game. Like for instance, the hills around the castle ground use the same texture as the bridge, like the edge. It's just the type of texture is monochrome, so they're able to color it however they want to for wherever they're using. Oh, Heisen missing the long jump, so isn't able to get onto the spider. And meanwhile, Benji having to take the slow ledge grab since he landed so close to the warp at the end of Secrets, but still pull off the start.
On the very last pixel of that platform was that triple jump. Benji's just going to be doing regular strats. That mountain clip is very, very, very difficult for how little time it saves. It saves less than a second, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think I've heard around, like, it saves a third of a second, so 10 frames. I mean, it's a decent time save, but it's very, very difficult to get all of that time save off.
Heisenburger gonna be
I guess the nice thing about it is that I guess the nice thing about it is like you don't have to move around the mountain, which could lose you a few more frames depending on like how wide you take the turn and such.
Sure, yeah, there's some optimization to that movement for sure. And we're gonna be getting Heisenburger going into the piranhas. And Benji picking up the hardest star in the game, Mr. Todd. Upstairs, Todd. Todd, of course, the correct pronunciation. Short for Todd.
But of course, I mean, oh, Benji misses. He's gonna just go ahead and go for a different star as a backup. Doing a backup mountain clip is very... Just gonna kind of YOLO the angle for this mushroom. I think he must have been able to do some kind of setup there, because that was extremely clean as a backup.
Oh, yeah. And yeets Sun up to that mushroom and picks up the star.
So now this mountain clip does work out for him. Let's see the log.
Nice clean log wall kick. Teases us with the far out camera, does not go quite so far as some other runners do. And picks up the breathtaking view from the bridge. And Heisenburger really admiring the scenic view here. Not in a hurry to get out of THI.
Alright. Now, Benji heading on up to scale the mountain. His mountain clip starts a tiny bit of a mortal nemesis at the moment. He is good to go.
As the question was asked, we will mention that this is actually, for a change, this race was played earlier. Benji landing the carpetless.
He a little confused, but he got very, very beautiful stuff. It looked like the height was a little bit iffy, but he was still.
Oh, did I 40 slip carpetless?
You did. I thought you were joking.
No, I wasn't. Oh my god.
I thought that was the meme. Was
Commentator has one thing on his mind apparently. Well, you know, this is actually biologically proven that men can't go 7 seconds without thinking about carpetless.
You know that sounds about. I'm just in the shower and I randomly think, what if you could do it?
And you know, you just,
what if you could grab
grocery shopping and you're just like, RTA viable? You know, Benji is here in Snowman Land.
And Heisenburger not too far behind, but he certainly has his work cut out for him. Some more to catch. See how his reds end up going. Benji had some pretty clean reds. Heisen taking it a little.
Yeah, Heisen getting a little frame lag here. Not fully optimized camera movement, but deader than buying, as I was clearly going to say. It's what you would refer to as a caster mishap.
Benji,
definitely better than buying.
Nice.
Very nice from Benji. And Heisen gonna be finishing off with Blast of the Lonely Mushroom. For some reason, I thought he had already done it, and I got a little scared for him, but clearly not. That star is yellow. Shining, shining, gold star. Would not be shining like that if he had already gotten it.
Yup. Although we have actually seen, I remember, I forget who, I think it was Kopitz in a row, actually grabbed a blue star in a fire sea. I think it was that he died somewhat similarly to Cheese in the line. And his reasoning was like, he was just used to the star being blue in practice. He never really, like, it never dawned on him, like, wait, I've gotten that. So that's why when you're in the practice ROM, you turn on, the stars are always yellow. That way, if you see one that's blue, you know that something.
Yeah, I've never run into that problem, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't practice enough. Benji had it here.
Deprecation, the greatest tool in a commentator's cook. Commentator obviously setting up a joke for toolbox, but instead converting the analogy to cookbook.
Well,
Heisenburger had to take some low dives here. Didn't quite get the initial movement he wanted, but nice.
But Benji picking up that MIPS, and Heisenburger still got 2 more stars to go. Benji just kind of dominating here. Honestly, I'm not even seeing that many crazy mistakes from Heisen. It's just Benji's playing like solidly more consistently. Probably has better movement, to be honest. Heisen definitely the dark horse of this league. Obviously Droz was the one who's promoted up from Division 1. Heisen has a great PB. Definitely has a lot of climbing in this particular league. Just a lot of extremely raw talent, especially in some players whose 70 PBs maybe don't necessarily reflect their full caliber. So Heisen has a lot of uphill motion. And
yeah, I mean,
he's playing pretty well.
I mean, like, regardless of what your PB is, like, a racing environment definitely adds a lot of complication. Test out a whole lot of skills that some PB-based runners need that extra time to develop.
Yeah, and racing every week, marathon life, it really tests your consistency because you got to head into every week where you're just like, imagine you were grinding for like a top Mario 64 time, and it was basically I can do one stream a week and I get to do one run. Imagine the level of consistency you'd have to play at to guarantee that you're going to perform it.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely nutty.
They're working their way into HMC, the 3-star lead, seeming to hold pretty well so far. Benji with a very nice rolling rock. The boulder is treating him pretty like a good old.
And Benji almost done here in Hazy Maze Cave.
Very nice semi-synced star gets.
Yeah, true. But Benji finishing up a super clean Hazy Maze Cave.
Yeah, just over 40 minutes. Not a bad time. I'm not the best at predicting paces, but I believe that we might still be potentially on 49 pace on Benji's side. 50 is probably much more likely, though.
Yeah, it's been a day of 50s. A lot of 50s going on.
Shout outs to Punkay with the 48-12 or like some ridiculous time. And D whatever with the like mid slightly higher. No, it was a mid 48. We got those really nice optimized times kind of peppered.
Yeah, Punkay finishing a little bit below par. Below par, obviously the correct usage of the term. Above par would imply that, for example, if you were playing Golf Clash to earn Onyx for a free sub, if you were to finish above par, that would actually be a bad thing. So below par would mean that you're playing more optimally than usual. Go to Onyx.tv and verify for yourself.
Kind of interesting on Benji's side, going for, I think that was Tricky trying. Commentator already having a little bit of short-term in, but yeah, it was no matter, his first try lack of once is good.
Yeah, nice and clean with the kick and the double jump.
He goes for that more safe non-wall kick ending. I feel like it's a little bit more awkward getting the double jump out from the. It certainly saves you the potential issue of like either missing the wall kick or having a bad angle to the point that the wall kick doesn't even like register. Heisen gonna join him up in Tippy after a little bit of castle move.
And Benji finishing up, swinging in the breeze.
Very clean.
Very, very, very clean. And Heisen going to be joining his opponent.
Benji with just reds left remaining in Rainbow Ride.
I believe it is the longest star. Definitely. Or
misses the side flip. I'm not quite sure. They're actually a somewhat comparable link. I think Lakitu bounce inherently, like if you do it completely optimally, is
faster.
A couple seconds faster.
Yeah, it's a couple seconds faster optimally, and then I think reds on average, like the average movement, say you do ledge grab on Lakitu bounce, or you don't do the kick, or you know any number of those things, or you do 3 jumps. Those are all things that can make it slower. But that sounds about right.
Benji in the clock though. Time stopped. Going on in for 100 coin. This is a star that could certainly make or break this run. Failure at the end of 100 coin could put Heisen very, very close to the lead again. Let's see the execution. The blue coin switch here can be a bit finicky. He was a little bit low on his jump, but totally fine. Was still able to hit the switch handily.
And Benji gonna get a nice, clean hippity hop up. Hippity hoppity, your coins is my property.
He's at 80 coins, no invis wall, just has to clear this gap, and he's good to go. There it is. 100 coin successfully. Always is a great feeling.
Nice clean 100 coin. Ooh, not so clean on the walking.
It tends to happen on occasion. Nice back. I'm thinking I might start trying to use that as like my main ending strat because I've never been able to get a good clean ending consistent.
Commentator doing an accidental Mario impression at how cute that backup is. I've seen that before, but I totally forgot about it.
It's one of the few times a backflip ever decides to be relevant in a run. You kind of forget it's in your toolkit.
Like 4 people who do backflip bomb clip are like so mad at you right now. Hurry, backflip is important.
I mean, even D whatever on his tier list said that it was kind of one of the worst moves. It doesn't really get used that much.
I vocally disagreed with him. I said that is S++ tier is backflip.
I could see it, I guess, if you really want to go there. Benji missing the ledge grab. Not able to now. It's Heisen's turn on 100 coin. Benji not really leaving him a lot of room to make up time on. He's chugging along through it pretty well.
Yeah, Benji just not making mistakes here. Actually, just really clean play. Okay, a little less clean on the direction of Mario coming out of that jump, but not losing all that much time.
Oh, now Heisen has to go grab the backup box, missed two coins from that. And trying to back this up is a little bit weird. He gets his triple jump to come out, though. Very, very...
Interesting how that worked out. He got the bad RNG on that box, but it didn't matter because he missed the coins and also got invis walled. But because he missed the coins, the invis wall was actually, like, honestly, probably good.
And kind of interesting, you don't really see people go on the left side of that cage in order to get on top of the thwomp, but Heisen subverting those. Now Benji just has to grab reds and he'll be headed right up to bit. I think I might be misreading the... Oh no, all he has is reds. I was right. See, Discord, I can do things despite you getting in my way. Heisen with a pretty nice ending to hit. Benji is on some pretty wild pace right now.
Yeah, Benji is on sick pace. In fact, I'm not sure 48 is totally dead. It's very, very unlikely, obviously. Probably about dead. He's probably not going to get in there until 4740s.
Yeah, it would be extremely close, but the 49 is definitely still on the table, which is a really...
Yeah, a low 49 is so realistic at this point. And with that bonk,
bonks against the wall.
Doing a little style in there.
Interesting movement there.
Plopping into that. What is that? Is that like a exhaust or something? Because it's not a pipe.
I don't know. I guess just like the standard end. Here's the thing that confuses me. Like Bowser couldn't fit through there. Like who is that entrance really for? I mean, is Bowser in that like type of symbiotic villain relationship where he knows he needs Mario to defeat him so that he can before?
Well, it's been demonstrated that he has access to teleportation technology.
True.
Yeah. As we see in Fire Sea, really.
I guess that's the
Benji, don't die.
The shoot. Oh
boy.
Okay, he's in the.
Interesting.
I think I figured it out. It's the Goomba chute. Like, that's where the Goombas get into the stage from. And all the other enemies. And the Womps are just built into the stage. But all those other miscellaneous enemies, they gotta come into the stage from somewhere.
Well, specifically speaking, the Womps are the ones that weren't built into the stage.
Receive some...
Because the Womps that were built into the stage, they're the floor. And Benji just
though, it's a nice fourth.
And a low 49. Yep, it's going to be a 49-29-ish. Looks like it. And Heisenburger going to be heading in here too.
Still not too far behind ultimately. He's going to be able to snag a pretty healthy nut too. But with that, I think Benji is actually going to be above Vyro in this league. Not exactly sure. I'm not sure if I think Vyro was supposed to be facing Taba this week, so I'm not sure if the 90 points from that have been applied just yet. The standings are in a tad bit of limbo due to that withdrawal, but Benji is putting himself in a better and better spot for the...
Indeed, and Heisen going to be popping up, gets a nice cutesy double jump kick.
Now Heisen finally in the pipe, had a little bit of an issue with movement along that windy area, and he's ready to clutch out this loaf. Let's see.
Yeah, looks like a low 51
have an awkward cammering. He's got the first.
One more to go. Picks it up.
Nice. GG's to Heisen. Really respectable run, especially considering a couple of the major mistakes that he made throughout, like the pillarless trouble that he had and such.
Very respectable run. And yes, just to point out, just to correct Wilco, 49-31, that's a high 39 in my book, okay?
A high 39? That's an
sorry,
interesting
a high 49, my bad. Listen, okay. Good job to Benji for apparently hitting carpetless. But yeah. Great run. Fantastic consistency from Benji. Getting a low 49, not so far off his PB. And Heisenburger keeping his head in the game. Gonna lock in a hefty few points. Yeah, gonna seem like, what's that? It's like 6, 7, 8 points, maybe 9?
Something like that. Not entirely sure, but GG's to both of these guys. Really, really nice, respectable runs. And especially Benji with that really, really nice race time. 49-29 or 31, whatever it happened to be.
49-29, yeah, for sure. But definitely a great, great finish. Unfortunately, no interviews as this was a pre-recorded race. But still exciting all the same to watch. And looks like that's going to do it for us tonight. Am I correct?
Yup. No more races tonight, unfortunately. We will be starting up bright and early at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Mario 64 task competition live results. If you haven't happened to catch one of the task live results, they're pretty awesome, especially like the top 10 of the strats that they come up with to accomplish these tasks are just wild. But honestly, that will be it for us.
Honestly, if you've ever seen like a long jump event or a high jump event, like one of the jump events at the Olympics, that's kind of what it's like, where you just watch each one come in succession, and it's just, they commentate it. It's so awesome. Definitely check it out. These guys know a lot about the game, and they play it super optimally with robots.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Stick around if you want. We got 24/7 speedrun variety content up for you, but signing off for tonight, I'm Electric. Fantastic. Thanks for joining me in the...
Pleasure is all mine. And yeah, thanks a lot. Check out onyx.tv, as always. and have a great night. We will see you bright and early in the afternoon tomorrow.
Peace. Have a good